Hey, it is day number 6 out of 30 of the 30-day challenge, seeing if I can build and launch a product into the market. Today it's alive. Yesterday, I spent pretty much the entire day building out the product in Claude. So I spent my day in Claude and Cursor, being quite impressed with the ability that Claude had in building out the product, and was super excited to be able to finally in Telegram be able to see the product evolve. When I was adding more types of code to it, it would build some features initially, but maybe the buttons and functionality weren't there, and then be able to build that underlying code for the various buttons or functionality, and then be able to test it in real time, at least in my computer, maybe the development environment. But it was super exciting to see a product coming to life. As mentioned, I don't have any development background. I'm not a developer. I've never built anything in my 20-something year career. So it was really exciting just to be able to see a product come to life. Of course, I have no idea how this is going to translate into production code when it sits on a server instead of my desktop. If it's going to be as simple as just copying and pasting it to GitHub or some environment like that, voila, the whole thing works. Certainly hope it does. But at least initially, man, it was wow, no, very awesome to be able to see the code progressing and the product progressing and more functionality and more features and a more robust product being built. Super happy. I'm definitely learning also that Claude has its limits. Again, going back to the idea of a senior versus junior developer, it's I see a whole bunch of times where over time Claude will forget to mention what maybe file path I need to drop an updated code in, or it'll give me some updated code that has to be maybe updated in a specific place within the main code file. But because I'm not overly comfortable with updating maybe parts of it, unless it's super clear and maybe just one point within the specific file that needs to be updated, I get a bit nervous, and then I have to go back to Claude and say, "Hey, please give me the entire file updated instead of just this specific section." So I definitely think Claude can do a better job, even though I prompted and I keep updating. Hey, again, remember, I'm not super technical. I'm not a developer. Kind of walk me through it. There's definitely times that Claude just kind of assumes that I know what I'm doing, and it tells me, "Hey, update the handler.js file," and I know where that is or where exactly what part of the code I need to update. So I think that's been part of my lesson learned as well. That Claude is seemingly pretty good, but it definitely has its limitations as a far. And again, not really seeing or not really remembering some of the prompts I put in there, and kind of again the 10-foot view being very heads down versus coming back. I've also noticed when it'll give me a suggestion, I'll reply back in kind of a native type chat or conversation. We'll say, well, what about this? Or think about that. Or maybe this situation would be better like this. And then it comes back. It's like, yes, you're right. It's great that you're thinking about that. And then it adjusts and revises its code base that it gives me. So again, it's not perfect. It's not the high level view. It's not thinking of maybe UI, UX, or product viability. It just kind of heads down, putting out some code, and takes a human being to, at least me with the product knowledge, to kind of prompt it and go back and forth with it, just maybe to get the functionality right for what I want. But super happy about that. Today, going to be spending the entire day in Claude and continuing to build forward and seeing what functionality and additional features I could be doing it. If you're enjoying this journey, and I hope you are, in me building and hopefully launching a product within these 30 days. And if you're thinking that you want to do similar, hey, first of all, please like, comment, subscribe to these videos. I would really appreciate comments. Again, this is the idea of this is learning out loud. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I've been building startups for over 10 years. And I've been teaching and preaching to people over these years how to build from 0 to 1, and how to get off the ground, and how to get initial traction. But for me, I don't want to be preaching anymore, and I'm taking this opportunity to try to learn something out loud with the community. So please, would love to comment and all that stuff. If you're interested in a more in-depth daily update that you're going to get here, please subscribe to the newsletter, which goes into more detail. Link is in the comments. And I appreciate you joining in today. And until tomorrow.